Hello and welcome to TTV News, some latest events in the province. So now came into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of May 5th, the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province organized a conference to announce the planning of TayNinhTV Province for the periods of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050. Attending the conference, there were Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, Minister of Planning and Investment Nguyễn Chí Dũng, along with leaders of militaries, central branches, ministerial level agency, leaders of province and city in the southwest region. On the side of TayNinhTV Province, there were Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Ngọc, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, along with the leaders and former leaders of TayNinhTV Province through periods.
Accordingly, the planning was issued together with Decision Number 1736, dated December 29, 2023, of the Prime Minister, regarding the goal by 2030 TayNinhTV strives to become a dynamic, civilized, developed locality with a good living environment well adapted to climate change, becoming a locality worth visiting and living. Vision to 2050, TayNinhTV becomes a province with a developed economy based on clean industry and high-tech agriculture. Trade and tourism develop and are the international trade gateway of the southwest region in the whole country. The province has an effective public administration system, a friendly business environment, and an attractive living environment based on the sustainable and diverse ecosystem. To achieve this goal, the provincial plan identifies 7 development breakthroughs of the province, determine plans to organize socio-economic activities according to rate development reasons, 4 driving forces, 1 social security belt. Through the provincial planning for the period of 2021-2030, Vision to 2050, TayNinhTV Province conveys the following message: Green TayNinhTV, attractive living environment, international trade gateway, attractive destination, fast, comprehensive, and sustainable development. Develop dynamically, civilized, have a good living environment, and adapt to climate change. Effective public administration system, friendly business environment.
Speaking at the conference announcing the planning of TayNinhTV Province for the periods of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính directed TayNinhTV Province to focus on 6 groups of key tasks and solutions to develop planning's implementation with high results.
According to Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, TayNinhTV Province planning for the period of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050 has clearly defined the province development motivation. The Prime Minister expressed his satisfaction when TayNinhTV identified a social security access in the plan to organize socio-economic activities. The Prime Minister suggested that TayNinhTV need to focus on mobilizing on resources to implement the plan, breakthrough into traditional driving forces including consumption, export, and investment, adding new motivations that are modern and trendy, such as green economy, digital economy. Besides, the province also needs to increase investment in developing human factors, enhance regional connectivity, promote synchronous development of strategic infrastructure, investing in production, processing, and manufacturing, taking advantage of making products on the spot. The Prime Minister also directed ministries and sectors to, based on their functions and powers, to accompany and work with TayNinhTV to well implement the approved planning. The Prime Minister believes that with TayNinhTV's resilient tradition, it will develop at the right level and rise in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the goals for infrastructure developments in the southwest region planning for the periods of 2021-2030 was the vision to 2050 just approved by the Prime Minister, is that by 2030, the southwest regions will specifically complete framework infrastructure system connecting regions and inter-region, including about 150 kilometers of expressways.
Accordingly, by 2030, the North-South Expressway in the east, North-South Expressway in the west, dầu dây Liên Khương, Biên Hòa, Vũng Tàu, Hồ Chí Minh City, Mộc Bài, Hồ Chí Minh City, Thủ Dầu Một, Trân Thành, Gò Dầu, Sa Mạc, expanding the Ho Chi Minh City, Long Thành, dầu dây, Ho Chi Minh City, Trung Lương Expressway will be built and completed. For the Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Road, connection with the Cambodian Expressway will be researched to such transport needs. In addition to 850 kilometers of expressways, from now until 2030, the Southeast region will receive investment in railway lanes connecting the region, urban railways, gateway seaports with international transit functions, and cargo ports. Inland waterways, the government will research and apply a number of policies such as specific mechanisms for the Southeast region. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, it will not be until the second half of next May that the drought in the Central Highlands and Southern regions is likely to end. From now until mid-May, the Central Highlands and Southern provinces will continue to maintain salinity, drought, and lack of fresh water for daily life and production. Experts recommend that people need to have a plan to properly use water resources in production as well as in daily life. Reasonable irrigation planning, construction of fields capable of enhancing water retention in the soil, and selection of crop varieties that are more resistant to drought. Along with that, the government and people need to build new and upgrade irrigation works. Facing with prolonged hot weather causing some agricultural production areas to lack irrigation water due to being far from the irrigation canal system of Yelting Lake, recently the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development requested units and localities to have water supply plans for irrigation, ensuring the safety of irrigation works, dams, and reservoirs. Specifically, TayNinhTV Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has directed TayNinhTV Irrigation Exploitation One Member Company Limited to monitor hydrometeorological forecast information and water resource developments of Yelting and Tala reservoirs. At the same time, coordinates with Southern Irrigation Exploitation One Member Company Limited to implement water supply plans for irrigation, ensuring the safety for irrigation works, dams, and reservoirs. At the same time, the agricultural sector also requires the People's Committees of districts, towns, and cities to organize and mobilize people to change crops to such an area with or without irrigation systems, sparingly use water, and plant simultaneously in accordance with the water supply time of the irrigation system. To date, in the province, there has been no shortage of irrigation water in areas within the irrigation system, but for areas outside the irrigation system, it has an impact. People have to pump more water for irrigation, causing production costs to increase.
On the mornings of May 5th, at TayNinhTV Stadium, the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union Central Committee organized the Youth Worker Festival 2024 with the theme Solidarity Among Workers, Deployment of Resolutions. In 2024, TayNinhTV is chosen to organize the Central Level Youth Worker Festival because many young workers and laborers are living and working here. The festival took place with many exciting activities such as giving 300 gifts to young workers in difficult circumstances in the province, inaugurating Youth Worker Garden with 1,000 trees in An Ha Ward, the project lighting up the countryside and National Flag Road with a length of 1.5 km in Lộc Hưng Ward, and a sport luster for youth workers in An Thịnh Ward, Town. In addition, TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Union also directed Grassroots Youth Union to organize many activities to care for young workers. The total value of resources for the festival is over 470 million Vietnamese dong, serving more than 5,500 young workers in the people.
This year, a number of projects attracting investment in housing construction in the province can be mentioned, such as commercial housing area on Ho Văn Lâm Street, World to City, Trang Bang Commercial and Service Quarter Project, commercial housing project in Thanh Hà neighborhood, Gò Dầu District, commercial housing area north of Yum Châu Town Central Park, Thanh Điền Commercial Housing, Châu Thành District, According to the plan of TayNinhTV province, by 2024, the total housing floor area in the province will increase by more than 3 million square meters. With the amount of floor area, the province always pays attention to construction planning, urban planning, and completing procedures to attract investment in social housing development projects, developing more than 28,000 housing units, including 3,030 social housing units, 2,000 resettlement housing units, more than 23,000 commercial housing units, and self-built housing units is TayNinh's goal in 2024. With this development plan, TayNinhTV province is expected to receive nearly 85,780 hectares of land fund for housing development and will create a place to live for about 950,000 residents. Due to prolonged hot weather, people's electricity usage is likely to increase. TayNinhTV Electricity Company has implemented a series of solutions with the goal of ensuring operation and electricity supply in the right season, as well as the whole year of 2024. In particular, it focuses on mobilizing people to save electricity. They recommend that customers and people practice saving electricity by measures such as turn off electrical equipment when not in use, such as TVs, fans, computers, by turning off the power switch instead of just turning it up with a remote control. In addition, everyone needs to check the entire electrical wiring system in the family. If a connection is detected, it must be handled immediately to avoid heat generation and the risk of fire and explosion. Electrical appliances with high capacity, such as air conditioners, electric stove, irons, washing machines, it is recommended that they do not use concurrently. In addition, everyone should limit the use of high-capacity electrical equipment that consumes a lot of electricity during peak hours. Instead, prioritizing the following: using electrical equipment, labor, energy saving, making the most of sunlight and natural ventilation. The air conditioner temperature setting does not differ too much from the outdoor temperature.
Ladies and gentlemen, also on the morning of May 5th, the third South Regional Coordinating Council Conference will have in TayNinhTV province. The conference focused on discussing the organization and implementation of the master plan for the South region for the periods of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050. At the regional planning announcement ceremony, leaders of ministries, branches, and leaders of province, city in the Southwest region have discussed, proposed, and recommended to implement regional planning most effectively.
With a sense of responsibility and aspiration to build the Southwest region into a civilized modern region with developed industry surpassing the threshold of high income, the leading material and spiritual life of the people across the country, leaders of ministry, sectors, and provinces cities in the region had in-depth discussions and proposed proposals and recommendations in implementing key and dynamic projects of the Southwest region in the 2021-2030 period. A vision to 2050 has been expected in the planning. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said that overall, the tasks assigned to the Southwest region are much higher than those of the rest of the country. To well implement the approved regional planning, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính pointed out 5 important keyword phrases: acceleration, breakthrough, pioneering, close connection, sustain, and efficiency. Along with that, policy mechanisms and transport infrastructure are rapidly advancing. Management must be smart in accordance with new development trends. Along with that is associated with creativity, promoting science and technology, digital economy, circularity, and green economy. On the basis of further promoting and comprehensively synchronizing on three strategic breakthroughs. He also affirmed the specific viewpoint of implementing the planning closely to the policy guidelines, ensuring seamless compliance with the planning, closely follow local, regional, and world realities, be flexible in implementation, closely follow the requirements of business people. Identifying resources is important. With good thinking, there will be good policies, proactively build policies for region, determined to direct the policy mechanisms of asking and giving. For the specific task, the Ministry of Planning and Investment develops a plan for this master plan, focused on restructuring the economy towards a more modern direction, developing in-depth industry, prioritize investment in key dynamic projects, Biên Hòa Airport, Trân Thành Expressway, Ho Chi Minh City, Mộc Bài Expressway, focus on human resource development training and talent attraction training, promote administrative reform and business investment environment, promote regional coordination activities. The approved planning for the Southeast region is creating a new atmosphere. The positivity and creativity of the entire political system of the provinces and cities in the region are being promoted. However, the development of the provinces in the Southeast region has advantages, but there are also bottlenecks. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said that, compared to the region's potential and the wishes of the whole country, the Southeast region needs to innovate more and strive harder, so that the Southeast takes the lead in innovating role models and digital transformation, developing the fields of culture, society, education, training, health, green economic development, low carbon emissions, adaptation to climate change, rapidly develop a green, smart and modern urban system.
The audience in the spirit of mutual love, recently many officials and farmer association members in the province have actually responded to serving with joining hands for the poor. Thereby it has contributed to mobilizing on resources in creating and supplementing capital resources for social policy credits, contributing to the common goal of sustainable poverty reduction and economic development.
Saving Week Join Hand for the Poor takes place from April 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 with the forms of saving, including term and unlimited saving. Minimum deposit for the farmer members is 500,000 Vietnamese đồng per person. Minimum deposit amount for leader, civil servant, and employee is 1 million Vietnamese đồng per person. The minimum deposit times is 6 months in order to mobilize capital sources and wrongly miss the disbursement need of referential credit program for the poor and other policy beneficiaries. I have disposed it for a few years ago. In addition to making profit, I also have the poor who don't have the money or a job. People be able to borrow to buy livestock. I hope this activity will maintain so that everyone can have jobs. Whenever I have, I also dispose it. During the peak week, many officials and members of Bến Cầu district actually responded to open saving call with a total amount of more than 3 billion Vietnamese đồng. Based on the official dispatch of the Provincial Farmer Association, the Standing Committees of Bến Cầu District Farmer Association has also deployed and invited all members from communes and towns to deploy and thoroughly RAPs. On that basis, propagate the policies and direction of Saving Week. Up to now, the Farmer Associations of communes and towns has mobilized 8 members to dispose of saving with the amount of 3.8 billion Vietnamese đồng. In Tân Biên District, the District Farmer Association also mobilized 28 members to participate in saving for the poor, with a mobilized amount of 2.7 billion Vietnamese đồng. Through small action, big meaning, joining hands for the poor has contributed to realizing the goals of sustainable poverty reduction, ensuring social security, building new rural areas, and social economic development in localities. The method is associated with emulation movement. The whole country join hands for the poor, let no one to left behind.
Dien Bien Phu City today, a place that makes many tourists or Dien Bien residents who have been away from home for a long time surprised when they come here at this time. A typical example is the architectural infrastructure from the most spacious road in Dien Bien, May 7th Street. People often connect City Meter Road to Dien Bien Airport, then Thanh Bình Bridge, and now an urban housing area and Vincom Dien Bien Commercial Center have been built and completed. These are new highlights for the appearance of Dien Bien Phu City, the face of Dien Bien Province. In addition to concern from many sides for the people, they are also active in the process of building a new life. Each person and each family try to do business in a variety of different forms. One of the indispensable achievements of Điện Biên in recent times in tourism development, the number of tourists coming to Điện Biên is increasing, which is an important factor in promoting the local economy. To effectively do this, Điện Biên has made many changes from on-site in the way of tourism. To have these positive changes, it can be said that it is thanks to the leadership, direction, and extremely responsible and active participation of the entire political system. With many efforts over the years, Điện Biên has achieved many short-term and long-term goals. After 70 years of liberating Điện Biên, this place has been replaced with many new such. Party committees, authorities, and people of Điện Biên are continuing to make efforts with new policies, plans, intentions, and goals to grow stronger every day.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.